Hey guys, weekend is approaching. How are you all doing? I hope everyone is safe. I'm back at it again to talk about what's happening in the news with our current administration and our president, and also worldwide uh, events that's going on. So let's discuss. Oh, and for who celebrate Good Friday and Easter, I wish you a good one. Okay, so this week I heard that our former allies are closing the airspace to the USA. And why I call them former allies, because our allies are dwindling and they don't want to participate in this war that our current administration has started. Okay, which is understandable because wars are evil, and if you don't, you don't need to start one. You can negotiate and work out agreements, I think, if you are a good negotiator. Just my opinion. But anyway, the allies that closed the airspace is Spain, I heard, Italy. I did hear France was on that list. I don't know if the UK, I believe the UK too was on that list. But I understand because, the countries that have, like the Middle East country, for instance, that have the USA bases that are within them, or, associate with the United States, they got bombed, Dubai, Bahrain, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, I believe too. So that was just for having bases in them. And then, Iran was threatening American companies as well and hotels. So I can understand if, like, I'm a country leader and I want to keep my citizens safe. I would not want association. You understand? So I understand their thinking. Of course, Trump was upset and he was like, "Oh, we're always doing things for you guys, but when we need help, you don't want to help." But it's because you started a war. It's so, well, wars are so evil and destructive and destroy buildings, kill people, animals. It's oh my gosh, it's so evil. But anyway, that's what's going on with Trump. Also, Trump said that the military will be leaving soon. Well, I don't know, upcoming weeks, the Strait. So I was saying, so he's leaving a mess for the other countries to clean up, I suppose. I mean, y'all started it, then you like, hey, see y'all later. I mean, that's what it sounds like, when they're, Iran is charging tolls for ships to come through. I suppose they let them through if they don't have no association with the USA and Israel, but they're charging them like millions. I was thinking, what would I charge? I would have to base it on the size of the ship and the width, and then how many ships are passing through a day. Now, if there's a lot of ships passing through a day, for me, I've never been a millionaire, but you know what I think? Through my lifetime, I might have paid in bills millions with all the bills that I have to pay. But anyway, get off that subject. Back on to the straight. For me, if I was the leader, the country leader, let's say, I'll be like 100,000 per ship. But that's depending on how many ships going through. Ooh, I've been making money. Okay, take it off me again. Also, I heard that Russia ship with oil got to Cuba, because Cuba been having an energy crisis, no fuel and energy for, like, I think it was, might be going on 3+ months, and there are people in the night, no lights, no gas for the car. They need it. But the ship has arrived, so Trump allowed it to go through, because Trump was having our military stop, like, Venezuela ships from delivering oil to Cuba, so they weren't getting any oil, guys. And let's see what else I have. Oh, today I heard Pam Bondi got fired, and then supposedly taking a private sector job. And then I heard in, like, a podcast news or in social media, I read it somewhere as well, that she was begging for her job. But Pam, I would be like, girl, less stress free. I mean, I think working in that current administration, for me, my hair would have turned tallow white by now because of the stress. And then the lies that you have to tell. And then that you have to cover for things. And, and all of that. And, when I get stressed, a new gray hair just pops in. Pop, 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 pop. See? They're sneaking up on me, guys. Gray hairs. Yeah. Anyway, they say gray hairs is wisdom. Yeah. And also, Kristi Noem was in the news this week, guys. Her husband, actually. Her husband, they had videos and pictures, but first I was saying, are these AI, of him, like, cross-dressing? And I know she was embarrassed. They were not cute pictures, guys. Boobies and all of that stuff. They were not cute. So I know she was not having a good week when that, broke out. So, and also, two last thing, Trump, the Judge Halt construction project on his ballroom, because he's been raving about his plans to build this ballroom. He was not happy about that, guys. And I'm so glad I got to go to Washington, D.C. and seeing the White House. I had never been, right? Seeing the White House the way it was before all this destruction and mayhem started. Glad I got to see it prior to that. And also, he's trying to do some changes to the birthright citizenship, and he actually went to a court hearing, but I heard he left early because he was not pleased, and his lawyer was being grilled by the Supreme Court justice, so I guess it didn't go well, and he was not happy about that. And also, he's trying to stop or do some changes to the mail-in vote option here. But I heard he voted by mail, but, he's an exception. He has privileges. He's the president. But he said, I remember him listening, that he was saying, oh, well, if you're sick or I guess disabled or out of the country, you can vote that way. But I heard he was trying to make some changes there. So lots going on. Guys, pray for the American citizens, because sometimes with all this going on daily, it's not encouraging. But don't lose hope. Try to have a good weekend. Stay safe. Lots going on, guys. Anyway, if you like what I said, please hit like. You can also share. Remember, this is all my personal opinion and thoughts. Don't have to agree with them. And you all have a good weekend. Stay safe.